Oh shoot, we're live. All right. All right, let me stop laughing. All right, we'll just give it a minute while it like loads the Facebook.
Oh, okay. So we do it.
Yeah, it should be live. There's no one on here yet, so we good. Oh goodness. Let me make sure I got everything. Oh Lord. All right. Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Thank you for joining us this week on Mommin Ain't. Is it Mommin? Yeah, Mommin Ain't Easy. We're gonna be talking about your dating life as like you're married or single life, wherever you are. So if you see this, let us know in the comments if you're married, if you're single, and just show us how you feel about dating, like in either position. So that's what we're gonna be talking about. Let us know. So hey y'all. But yeah, so today we're gonna be talking about dating. We're just kind of going with the flow because there's not a whole lot of tips I can probably give because I'm on the struggle bus with dating myself. All right, we got someone married. Okay, so that's what we'll be talking about. We'll give it a minute, and then we're gonna go around and introduce ourselves and talk about if we're married, we're single, the struggle we're going through with the dating life, and yeah. So I guess I'll probably start, but if you have I don't think we can see gifs on this thing. I just thought about that. All right, so we're using StreamYard. So if you do drop a gif, we'll have to kind of come back and look at that. But if you want to type in as well, how the comment, like how your dating life is, that's fine. I'll say I'm Adriana. I am married, and that's about it. So that's pretty much like married. I have not really been through like the dating pool much. So I've been with my husband since we were like 19. So I don't really have a whole lot of tips to really say except for like marriage. So that's me. I'm going to stop rambling and let the other two talk.
All right. Hey guys, everybody that's watching live and the replay. I am Charlene. Glad to be a part of this conversation. I am not married. I am single. So I look forward to kind of winging in about dating and just my perspective and how I feel about it. So yeah.
So my name is Jessica and I am married. I've been married since 2014 and our date life really sucks right now. So I'm just going to be talking about how much my date life sucks and just going to have to go from there. So,
you know,
comment down below if your date life sucks. If your date life sucks and you're married.
Yeah.
So it sucks because we have 2 babies and they don't want to let us be great. So, yeah.
Well, you know what? That's where you both ladies can chime in. Adriana, do you have young kids?
Yes, I have I almost forgot how old it was. An almost 2-year-old and a now 7-year-old. So that's lame. So getting out is just hectic, and then like trying to figure out if I find people that's trustworthy, if I want to watch the kids, and all that.
I don't trust nobody. I can't let nobody watch my kids.
So and see, that's where you guys have to get creative and do some things in house. You know, put the kids to sleep and put the kids to sleep, or have somebody come over or something while y'all in the house.
Now, how old is your child?
My son. Oh, you talking Adriana? Who you talking to?
No, I'm talking to you, Charlene.
Oh, my son ain't no issue. He's 12.
Exactly. Let me tell you how many times I try to put my kids in the bed. I have a 1-year-old and a 7-month-old and a 9-year-old. It's not that easy.
Right.
So we tried all the time. We tried to have a little cute little date night in the living room with the candles, the steak, and the wine. And we was almost there. Then one of the babies woke up. Then and then the other baby woke up.
Oh wow.
It's more disappointing to think in my head that I'm gonna put something together and it's gonna work out, knowing that I have kids. I would rather just wait because it's very disappointing to say like, okay, we're gonna hope the kids don't wake up and we're gonna try to do this. So our dates consist of 5 party of 5 every single time until one day.
Yeah. 7-year-old now, like, just wait. When you old enough, like, we're gonna be leaving you here, so we can go ahead and go. But for me, let me take this
Hey, Heather. Heather she said she's married.
Okay. I was like, I can't see it. So
how you feel? So yeah, how would you rate how you feel about your dating life, Heather? Let us know in the comments. You can drop a GIF or just give us a number 1 to 5. So yeah.
Anyone if y'all are catching it now or replay, let us know in the comments how like you rate your dating life. We're just kind of talking. If y'all have any tips to share, like to kind of ignite the flame with all that, y'all feel free to tell us and spread the word about that. I don't really have, like I said, I don't really have any good tips. Like I was doing good, like for us, because we're married. Like I said, we got married at 19. So like before we had kids, yeah. So of course, before we had kids, like that was fine. Like we can go out and about. But then now, had
so
one.
What made you decide to get married at 19? For all of us fellow people that feel like 19 is a very young age to be married.
Well, for that one, just I don't know. We just kind of just went with it. Like it just felt right at the time. So it's like, you know what? Let's just go ahead. Wow. But yeah, he was going in the army at the time. Like I'll be real, y'all. Like I got knocked up at 18. So he was gonna join the army. So he was gonna get into the army, and then I ended up losing the baby. But then he decided to stay in, and then we were just like, originally we weren't really planning on getting married that young, but we were just like, we were planning a wedding and stuff. Like, you know what? Like, let's just go ahead. So I Hawaii, like we did like a little courthouse. There's nobody there, but it's cool. Just got married at the courthouse, and that was that.
So did y'all date? How was y'all date life before y'all got married?
Oh, it was awesome. Like we get to go all the restaurant, go to the nice restaurants, the fine
food. Talk about
arcade. Yeah, it was good.
Great when I didn't have those kids.
I didn't know my kids, but like, man, now it's like you gotta try to not sneak out. Let me not say that. Like I don't be leaving my kids out, but it's like you have to try to find stuff. Like my parents help when they can, my sisters help when they can too, every so often because we moved back home. But like during like the time when we were like moving around like in the military and stuff, like no, that was rough. So it's like we gotta get creative, like you said, like try to put my child down, but my child was like super high need and like had to go like to therapy and all that stuff, like when he was a baby and stuff. So it's just like he hardly slept. Like it was one of those, it was just like a nightmare type thing. Like he didn't want to sleep. We had to co-sleep, like all the above. Like that was just a hectic time. So like because we weren't really dating, that caused like a strain between us because we weren't really like connected like we were used to. So it was just like we went from going out, doing all this, that, the third, had a son that was like super high needs. Like he had acid reflux. I was like, I didn't know babies could have acid reflux. And like he had like a host of like issues that he was preemie. So it's like we had to continuously go to the doctors and stuff. He had like so many different things wrong that I just wasn't aware of or like even knew existed like for babies. So it's just like that alone caused a strain. And then like not being able to go out and stuff, that caused a strain. It was just a mess for like a couple of years. So eventually we had to kind of get serious. Like, okay, we need to choose like a day, like even if we're just at the house, like just to watch one of our favorite shows, watch a good movie, drink wine, and just try to do something. But it was rough for the beginning. Like we even now, like with COVID too, now it's kind of like a struggle as well because like I'm always at home, so it's like I'm just kind of I don't know. I feel more being home, so it's like trying to think about dating or doing dates and stuff. Like I feel bad, but like I've honestly slacked in that department. Like we were good at one point. Like Saturdays was like our date day or date night. Like after the kids are in bed and stuff, like do something. But that kind of went downhill over the past few months. So that's where we are. Oh, I see another comment said there's no dating life. I have a 6'3" and pregnant on the way. Oh goodness.
So Charlene, because my kids they're young, so they were really my daughter was young when I got married too. So how is it with dating and having an older child?
Well, I don't go out on dates really because I'm very intentional about who I even give my time to. I'm in the boat of where I feel like, I date to marry. Like I want a husband. I'm not going to just be my girlfriend, but I know that it takes time to get to know each other. And so, like prayerfully, like for me, I've been when a guy's interested in me, mostly it's like online and stuff like that, I'm able to tell within a week or two like the real intent behind them trying to get to know me, because I'm abstinent, and so that keeps guys trying to from wasting my time. Like, it's just how I believe in living, and also I'm able to tell right away if they want only one thing. And so we usually have that conversation early on, and then that's it. So even though I'm single, I am like content because I'm, trying to walk in my purpose and everything, but I'm not completely content because I do want to be married. I do want a good father figure for my son and things like that. But when that time comes, like for me to actually, like, even when I see myself dating, I can see me, we'll talk on the phone a lot, and then we might meet together one time just to kind of get a feel of how each other is. And then after that, I feel like I'm not going to just keep on going on dates just to be doing something, because I know that's like the trend, like it's just something to do, like, just because somebody, it can be flattering. It's flattering when you got a guy giving you your attention and stuff, but I believe in keeping myself open for my husband and stuff like that. And so when that time does come, like when a guy's intentional like that, then I'll probably get the help. I'll solicit the help with my mother, and my son is older, so it's not like, I could just work around that schedule. Even if we don't go out at night, we might could do like a Saturday morning or an evening date or something like that. Like it don't have to be at night. And then I live very close around my family. And so I do have people that I can be like, can you watch them? Because they know that I'm not just trying to go out every weekend to go clubbing or something. So they'll watch them for me. So yeah, that he's older, but when he was younger, I had a more active dating life, and I was really like more so lost, but I found ways around that too. I waited till he went to sleep, and I just invited them to come to my house, and it's like he never knew or whatever. But that's how I did it. I went around his schedule. I think it's important. I know, with kids it can be unpredictable, but I think that if you have a schedule set and they are going to bed at a certain time, then you can kind of make that work. Of course, again, because children are unpredictable, and you got seasons where they might be having a hard time sleeping. But I think even in marriage, like that emotional intimacy is really important. And I think we got to make it a priority, because what happens is you just get set in a day to day, and then you like lose. It's just not as romantic. For women, we need emotional intimacy to be physical with our husband, and our husband, they don't really need it. They just, and it'll kind of put a damper in your sex life if you ain't dating. That's just how I kind of feel, because I know I need that emotional part. Like if I feel like you're not dating me or tending to me, then I'm not gonna want to be physical with you unless it's been a while or something. I'm just horny. But if I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like if not, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So I feel like that's important, because what happens is, as a man's needs not met and a woman's emotional needs not met, that kind of leaves it open for affairs and all of that kind of stuff. Just get, So I was looking up some ideas for married, because I'm a fan of Pinterest, and I know the idea is always so cute. And again, not all of it is predictable with kids, but they have these little jars. So anybody that's watching, I don't know, let me know if you tried this in the comments. But they have these jars like date night at home ideas, and you can like pull the idea, like you can make a jar with like the popsicle sticks, and you can like look for different ideas. Then you can like pull them out and try different things. So even if it's like one night, it might not be early, like 10 o'clock, it might be 11 or 12 o'clock or something at night, but it's like you still, get all, even if you staying in the house, get all dressed up and sexy and pretty, and, drink you some wine, and y'all have, and just set the scene up, and just have a good time, and try to just push through those feelings of like, oh, I'm just tired, or what if the kids wake up and all that, just kind of push past that and kind of just set, they say little stuff like we have to remember what we was doing while we were dating. And again, circumstances changes, but you know how, you might have been like flirty with them or wanting to talk to them throughout the day, like, talking to them.
Yeah, like keeping it alive.
Yeah. So it's like, even with,
and I think like for me, because we're a blended family, so I was I think like to your point of like kind of trying to work around Raven, my daughter, around her, because like we have sleep schedules. The kids just they haven't found out about it yet. The baby's out.
Okay.
That's how it was for me, like as far as being very intentional about the fact that like as a single parent with a daughter, I'm not just going to be having, just anybody around my child. And when me and my husband got married, so we were friends, and he actually asked me one day, he called me like, hey, like, you want to be my girlfriend? I'm like, so I'm like, purpose is not marriage, then I don't want no parts.
Right.
Yeah.
We had been friends for a while. And we met when we was 15. This happened when we was 21. So when he called me and he said that, it was like one of the moments where he was like, oh, dang. Like, so that was on December 3rd of 2014 when he called me. It was 3:00, y'all. So then from that point, that's where like, I don't really think like I had ever really taken dating that serious, but we started to talk about like, okay, if we were to, like go forward with being together, the goal has to be marriage. So like from December 3rd to December 19th, we went to counseling. Like we met with our pastor. We like talked to each other. We talked about like, like basically how our life would work out. Like, and it's crazy because we wasn't like dating. We were friends. Like, you know how you friends with somebody and everybody be like, why y'all ain't together? It's like, that's my friend. Like, it was like one of them. So like me and him, like we graduated high school together and stuff, but I never like saw him as like my person. So when he called me, I'm like, what? Like, so that's why it just kind of threw me for a loop when he said that, because I'm like, because he was sitting at home one day, like, well, why we ain't together? Like, so, and he was actually Raven's goddaddy too, y'all. So, yeah, so we was like best friends or whatever. And so on December 19th, we decided to say like, if we're going to be together, we're like, the intention is marriage. And so said, if this work out, we're going to be getting married the next year on December 19th, like a year from that day. And so we like our whole relationship was in our dating process was dating to marry. So it wasn't like, oh, we just gonna be together and maybe like, no, you got a deadline. Like sometimes women don't want to be like assertive. But it's like, no, you got a deadline. Like if a year from today, if this don't work out, I gotta be done, because I can't bring my daughter in this. And at the time she was I think 2. She was 2 years old, so 2 or 3. So yeah, so that's what we did, and we ended up going to marriage counseling, and we talked. We stayed up 6 o'clock in the morning, like just talking about life, talking about where we wanted to be in life. We were living in Arkansas, and I had told him like I didn't plan on staying in Arkansas, and I wanted to move. So like we had discussed like all of that because he had never left before. So that whole year was like dating with intention, like with the goal of being married. So that was 2013, December 19th, 2014, December 19th. It was like, okay, well, the day is here. So and we went to the courthouse and we got married a year later. And we had because we wanted to focus on our marriage first. And then we ended up having the wedding in 2016. So it was like a year and 3 months later, because when we started like actually planning the wedding, it was supposed to be the next July, but it was so much drama. Like, you know, when you start adding people in, you got people wanting to be bridesmaids, and you know, so and the focus kind of shifted. So our main focus was the vision that we had for each other and for our family. And then when we put the wedding in it, that's when like everybody else felt involved. Like, this is our thing. Like, so we actually ended up pushing the wedding back because it was like, at the end of the day, everything that we did was with intention. And if that means sacrificing and not having a wedding because it's all the mess and drama, then we just won't do it. And then we ended up, after everything was like, okay, no, you're not in it, and it's just gonna have to be that way. You know, you got in-laws and all this other stuff. And then in 2016, it was like, okay, now we can go ahead and have this wedding. So that's kind of like how my dating life went. I don't really have no other experiences with dating, but that's my advice, is to be intentional. Yeah. So thank you. So yeah, you know, like a lot of people who I know, like people that's like, well, I've been with this person for 5-10 years and he ain't mentioned marriage yet. And like, I just feel like when it comes to women, we have to say what it is that we want. And a lot of times and nothing is really being said, and that's how you end up settling for less than what you deserve. And so I felt like, for me and my daughter, we don't deserve to have a man just lingering around in our life. So and it worked out. It's 7 years later or something like that. However far away it is from 2014, 6 years later. Well, that was 2013, and we good. So it worked out. So be intentional and get your man, or tell him he can go and buy his business.
And you know what? That goes into another point, which is a good point about, you know, you should prepare for the marriage and not just the wedding, because you know the wedding is just one day. The wedding is you know, you want that to be your lifetime, and so it's like you have to, you know, coming from the single woman perspective, even if you're married, it's not too late. We should all be in a mindset of like, how can I grow? How can I get better? You know, and like all areas or whatever, especially as Christians, if you have a relationship with God, it should always be, I'm supposed to be in the image of Christ, so how can I perfect myself or whatever. And so it's like you said, be intentional and understand what you deserve to have in your life, and then, you know, be working on yourself and the qualities that you can bring, and not just necessarily looking for, because sometimes women just focus on materialistic stuff. Now, you know, finances matter, things matter, because again, you have to run your household and you can't have it, you know, but it's like you have to look at the bigger picture and ask yourself, is this person husband material, or am I seeing a lot of red flags? Because what ends up happening is you ignore all of these red flags, then you get married and just think it's gonna get better.
No relationship energy.
Right.
NRE.
Right.
Definitely. Like, that's a real thing. And yeah, and like, even for us now, like, even though like we don't really get to date, like, since we are full-time entrepreneurs and Corona right now, and we stay at home all day, every day, like in each other's face, we never get tired of each other. But I feel like it's because we built that foundation. Like, because I be hearing people when they be saying like, I couldn't imagine being around my man like that. But like, we don't get tired of each other because, like, I guess just having clear boundaries and just so that I don't know. I just think people should just know their worth and have these open discussions about things. Like, for us, we even talk about stuff like the way each other fold clothes. Like, all that stuff matter. Like, well, my husband is really OCD, and I'm like, not. Like, I'm not organized, and he's very organized. Like, yeah. So, but even like down to the shower head. So like, he like the shower head to be going like real fat, like the skinny string. The big one, like stuff like that. Like, it's crazy because it's usually the little things that ruin relationships, not the, you know, like it's the little things that add up to the breakdown in any dating or marriage. So
Oh yeah. Because like you said, you can be over there just as irritated at something that he doing or she doing. He can be irritated at you when ain't nobody open up their mouth to say what's going on. And I don't know if y'all have heard of love languages. Let me know in the chat if in the comment if you
we
have.
all
But that's
about
another
love
thing.
languages, personality.
Yes, like know your love language, know your partner's love language, and then be intentional about serving them in that way, because they say that marriage is ministry and you're supposed to serve each other. So the thing is, if you try to outserve each other, you're gonna actually have so much love that's cultivated in your marriage, because it's like y'all both just trying to, love on each other. And so yeah, that's awesome. Like you said, have conversations, and it's like not assuming things, because again, like even when you're dating, I think it's important that you talk about certain things that you know are going to be important to you. Like if you want kids, your future husband might not want kids, and that could be an area of conflict. Or have conversation about how much time, what does intimacy look like, what are the expectations for the money, what are the goals for the marriage, because if not, it's just going to become this, and then once you start having kids, they don't need to be in all that chaotic arguing, mom and dad. It's actually better. Some people will stay in a marriage, like especially if he's cheating or hitting you or something like that. Like they'll stay because they want to be there for the kids. But the best thing you can do for your kids is for them to see, y'all loving each other properly, because you are modeling for them how they are to be treated and how to treat others. So yeah.
I fully agree.
In words of affirmation.
Yes.
And like mine is quality time and physical touch. So like I was serving him in the way like that I wanted, and he like what he would do is he would go and he would like wash the dishes and make sure the clothes is clean, and I'm like, but that's not my thing. Like that didn't really matter to me. I think love language is really very important, because like for us, we don't have gender roles in my house. So I'm the one that's like getting it. And my husband, he holds the house down. So like, but it took us until this year when Corona hit for us to like really sit down, like, cause that was the biggest thing. Cause my husband is more like, so I do personality. So the DISC assessment. So he's more of like the passive, and then I'm more dominant. So like with us, we had to like this year learn like it's okay, because that's what like earlier when I had Taj in February and then coronavirus hit, it was like it was overwhelming. And so he was out working and I was at home with the kids, but like I couldn't like do my business as much as I wanted to. And like at that time we had the transportation company, and then so like basically we had to sit down and talk, and what we came up with is I'm going to go out, I'm going to be the one running our business and stuff, and he's going to be the one holding our house down and taking care of the kids. And that like changed, because like we had been so used to, well, he's the husband, so he got to be out doing this and I'm the wife. But it was so stressful. Like even though I was doing it, it was like stressful for me, because I wasn't like operating in my gifts and walking in my purpose. So like even as far as that, like letting go of gender roles, it's 2020. Women can go out and get money just like men can. And like it's like when we started to like flow and operate in our gifts, like it was just so, like just everything changed, like as far as our just everything about our relationship, because we were, like I guess just like saying what works for us and what don't, and not really worrying about what society think about who should be doing what. So he take care of kids all day, cleaning bottles, cleaning up the house, because he got OCD, so he like to clean, and
that's perfect.
And all I do is run my business and go to graduate school, and it's been phenomenal. So
that's awesome. Like to have like a partner that just y'all both like in sync. So it's like it's good.
It took a lot of for a Black man to say I'm gonna sit at home and take care of the kids while my wife is the one who running everything, and I'm gonna just help her when she needed. That took a lot, but he's now able to like personally develop himself and like have more time and stuff like that. So, and he's still like go out sometimes because we have like our foster care stuff. So when he wants to, he'll go out and like work with the teen boys just to like, you know, be a man.
Yeah. I love that. You need to talk about something. You have me tips.
Yeah, we just had to kind of we had to make sure, we had
to pull that out. Like, damn, like that was a lot. That was good. Like I really like the intention, like both of y'all, like the intention, like that is so necessary. Like date with intention. Because I've heard nightmare stories. Like I'm not single, so I can't speak on it. But I've been hearing like so many nightmare stories about like how the dating pool is now, like the mindsets and everything. So I was like, I couldn't imagine.
And I dropped in the chat box 2 different articles that I felt like had some good ideas. One was called like how to keep dating even with kids, and one is like staying close, having a strong marriage after kids. So they both give ideas of how they find creative ways, like even with young kids. So yeah, check out the articles, get some ideas, and yeah, because I've seen that, and I know me when I get married, it might be something completely would look different than what it is. So I don't even know if I have one kid when I get married, but it's like if my husband wants to, I will. But I don't know. I don't know right now. I just want to be single, walk in my purpose, and like I like what you said about knowing your gifts, because all of that kind of play a part. Like once you have your life in order, then you can ask yourself, well, is my partner going to compliment me, or are they going to slow me down? Because we don't need, nobody's perfect, but you don't need people that you got to keep on constantly trying to catch up, because their vision, their mindset just is not nowhere near your capacity. So it's all about dating with attention, and while you're single, not being, really like super thirsty for a man, or just, work on yourself and work on how you can get better. Just be about your business. Be about the Father's business. You don't have to be, these men, they gonna come. Yeah. So that's
if anybody needs to do an assessment with you and your man, your husband, I have assessments. So definitely hit me up on Instagram, and it'll go through all your strengths, your weaknesses, and all that stuff, and it'll get you right, get your whole relationship together. And I have comparison reports, so that y'all can compare to each other who's good at what and operating your gift too.
Right. And you know what? Adriana had asked in the chat box earlier about marriage counseling, but it's also a thing as pre-marriage counseling, where you can kind of talk about things. So all of those are like good ideas where you can help, no matter if you dating, married, or already, like just said, take the assessments and really kind of dig into you and your partner's style and mindset and viewpoints on things, and so you can work together, not fight against each other. So all right. This was good.
I think we just like threw a lot of different information and stuff. So I'm just going to wrap stuff up. So first of all, if y'all catching a replay, or if you are on live, thank you guys for tuning in. Like, we will be back next week. I forgot the topic, but I will post it. Well, anyway,
y'all didn't say how you can help moms. Don't forget to let the people know what you have to offer.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. All right. So, of course, I run Mom Moguls pretty much. I help with the entrepreneur side. I help with like the connection building and just tips like running businesses. I mainly work online, but I usually pair up with like a bunch of other, like you can see, a bunch of other moms in different professions. So that way, if you can't find what you need with me, like I'll be able to point you in the right direction with somebody else. So that's pretty much what Mom Moguls is here for. So, yeah.
And I offer group coaching and business development. I help moms turn their skills into business, and it's based on your personality type and your mindset. So
that's awesome. You guys can follow me on, I'm not really big on Instagram. I'm learning it, but you can, follow my page, Legacy Moms, and I'm a teacher by trade, and so most of my things are I'm doing academic support, and also helping mothers connect and build with their child, helping to grow them and to be leaders, and just having a lot of resources and strategies about how we can make that happen. And so, that's what I do. Check me out, Legacy Moms.
All right, y'all. So thank you guys once again for tuning in. Y'all missed us live. Just catch a replay, leave your comments and everything, and we'll be back next Sunday at 7. So see y'all later.
To watch our last one from last week. I don't remember what we talked about.
We talked about remote learning last week.
Good. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Learning was our one last week. So, yeah, if you missed that one, you can find it like on our pages, or the Mom Moguls YouTube channel has it as well. So, just, yeah, y'all tune in for all that. And we'll see y'all later.
Bye.